Welcome to the trial of the decade. If the future of money were decided in a courtroom, this is the moment the doors swing open. The bailiff calls for order. The crowd leans in, and three of the most powerful yet misunderstood coins in crypto history walk toward the stand. XRP, HBAR, XLM. Not memes, not pump coins. These are infrastructure-level assets, the kind built not for speculation, but for systemic transformation. This isn't a popularity contest. It's a reckoning. The charges? Outdated financial rails. Cross-border fees that eat into salaries. Remittance delays that strangle families. Trade finance stuck in faxes and emails. The world's value system is broken, and something has to replace it. The contenders? XRP steps forward, already battle-scarred from its war with the SEC. Its supporters bang the drum. We don't need a trial. XRP's already won. The rest just haven't caught up. HBAR strolls in with quiet confidence, backed by Fortune 500s and faster than almost anything on-chain. This community smirks from the gallery. You're all arguing about decentralization. We're already building the new internet. And then there's XLM. No flash, no noise. Just decades of solving real-world financial pain for the unbanked, the overlooked, the forgotten. XLM doesn't campaign. It delivers and disappears before the media even arrives. This isn't three coins shouting over each other. It's a chess match beneath the noise. A silent arms race for who gets to become the backbone of the next financial system. XRP wants the banks. HBAR wants the enterprises. XLM wants the people. But here's the thing. They all want the future. So in this video, we're putting each one on trial. Their strengths? Exposed. Their flaws? On full display. Their true use case? Decoded without the fluff. And just when you think you've made your decision, we'll hit you with a twist. Because sometimes in court, the verdict isn't about who shouts the loudest. It's about who was playing the long game all along. So sit down. Zip up your hardware wallet, and grab your metaphorical gavel. Subscribe now. Smash the bell like you're filing a last-minute injunction. And get ready because court is officially in session. This is not financial advice. This is a courtroom drama with market-moving consequences. Let's begin. The case for XRP, the institutional warrior. Prosecutor voice. Your Honor, the defendant stands accused of trying to replace global banking infrastructure with a digital token. Bold move. Defense rises. Objection, Your Honor, XRP never tried to replace the system. It's just building a better one. Enter XRP, the most polarizing coin in crypto history. Loved, hated, fought over, but never ignored. If you're new here, let's get one thing straight. XRP isn't a trend. It's a financial weapon designed for speed, settlement, and global scale. When Ripple Labs launched XRP, it didn't target DeFi nerds or NFT artists. It targeted SWIFT, the 50-year-old payment system that still moves trillions through multi-day bank hops and outrageous fees. XRP was never playing small. The pros: Exhibit A, strengths. Speed and cost. XRP completes transactions in 3 to 5 seconds, for fractions of a cent. That's not speculation, that's real utility. RippleNet plus ODL. Ripple's network is already integrated with hundreds of financial institutions. Banks in Japan, the Middle East, and Latin America are using ODL, on-demand liquidity, powered by XRP to move money without pre-funded accounts. Regulatory warzone survivor. Most coins would have died under SEC pressure. XRP. It survived a years-long lawsuit, came out with partial clarity, and gained even more support internationally. ISO 20022 ready. XRP is compliant with the new global financial messaging standard, meaning it's positioned for institutional adoption as the system evolves. Liquidity weapon. XRP's use in corridors where fiat liquidity is thin makes it a practical tool for real-world settlements, not just market speculation. The cons? Exhibit B, weaknesses. Centralization concerns. XRP critics have long accused Ripple of controlling too many tokens and nodes. While Ripple insists otherwise, the debate still clouds public trust. Exchange delistings in the US. During the SEC case, many U.S. exchanges delisted XRP. Even now, some platforms haven't relisted, affecting visibility and liquidity for American investors. Ripple dependency. Unlike more decentralized protocols, XRP's fate is heavily tied to Ripple's success. If Ripple stumbles, the coin's narrative could weaken, fair or not. Not retail-friendly. XRP isn't intuitive for average users. You don't use XRP like you use ETH in DeFi or SOL in NFTs. This value is in the background, and that makes hype harder. Closing argument. XRP is the hardened veteran. It's been in the trenches, taken the punches, and kept building. It's not chasing virality. It's chasing integration. If the next financial system is institutional first, where governments and banks dominate the rebuild, XRP is already shaking hands behind the curtain. But remember, even warriors need allies. Because no matter how strong the hammer, it's only one part of the machine. So let's move to the next defendant. The quiet genius. The protocol that doesn't knock. It rewires the building while you sleep. Up next, HBAR. This section will keep the courtroom energy going, but with a completely different vibe. While XRP was loud and battle-worn, HBAR walks in like a quiet tech consultant with government clearance and Fortune 500 contacts. The case for HBAR, the enterprise whisperer. Prosecutor voice. Ladies and gentlemen, this protocol claims to be faster, safer, and smarter than blockchain itself. And yet, how many people even know it exists? Defense adjusts glasses. We're not here to make noise. We're here to make history, and Hedera is already doing that. Quietly. If XRP kicks in the door, HBAR walks through the walls. It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't chase meme pumps or influencer hype. Because HBAR isn't trying to win your heart. It's after the infrastructure. Let's start with the core of the case. HBAR isn't even built on blockchain. It runs on Hashgraph, a consensus algorithm that doesn't just tweak blockchain's flaws. It rewrites the rulebook. We're talking asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, gossip protocols, and virtual voting, terms that make crypto bros squint and enterprise CTOs lean in. The pros: Exhibit A, strengths. Blazing fast. HBAR can process over 10,000 transactions per second, with finality in under 5 seconds. And that's not theoretical, it's consistent, tested, and live. Energy efficient. Hedera consumes a tiny fraction of the energy that Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even Solana burn. That makes it perfect for the ESG-conscious corporate world. Governing council. Instead of a decentralized free-for-all, Hedera is governed by a council of blue-chip giants: Google, IBM, LG, Boeing, Dell, Deutsche Telekom, and more. These aren't crypto VCs, these are legacy titans. Enterprise-focused apps. HBAR powers real-world applications in supply chain, healthcare, carbon markets, identity, and finance. Use cases like Atma.io, Dovu, and Hedera Consensus Service are already live and integrated. Regulatory ready. Built from day one to comply with enterprise and government standards. While others ask forgiveness, HBAR builds for permission. The cons? Exhibit B, weaknesses. This complicated Hashgraph tech is impressive, but good luck explaining it at a dinner party. That learning curve creates a barrier for retail investors and slows community traction. Retail traction is weak. Despite the tech, HBAR lacks strong grassroots adoption. You won't see TikTokers screaming about it, and it rarely trends on crypto Twitter. Council centralization concerns. While the council governance creates trust and stability, it also raises questions about decentralization. Critics say it's too corporate for a decentralized revolution. Price frustration. HBAR holders have had to endure long periods of price stagnation, even when the fundamentals improve. That disconnect between tech and market price has shaken weak hands. Closing argument. HBAR is the protocol you never hear about until it's already everywhere. It's not trying to replace banking. It's trying to replace the back end of every industry you use daily. If the new financial system is enterprise-led, built in partnership with legacy tech, big business, and compliance-first infrastructure, HBAR may not just participate, it may become the OS. But a system isn't just made for giants. It also has to reach the smallest corners of the world. So while HBAR is building the skyscraper, someone else has been laying bricks in the villages, wiring up remittance corridors, and speaking the language of people, not just protocols. Let's meet XLM, the people's bridge. While XRP wears a suit and HBAR brings a clipboard and corporate credentials, XLM walks in with rolled-up sleeves and a backpack full of real-world use cases. It's not flashy, but it's functional and in many ways the heart of this trifecta. The case for XLM, the people's bridge. The courtroom doors creak open again. But this time no one storms in. No headlines. No entourage. No drama. Just a quiet protocol that's been solving real-world problems long before crypto was cool. This is Stellar, XLM. And it's not here for hype. It's here to connect the disconnected. While XRP goes after the banks and HBR courts the boardrooms, XLM walks into neighborhoods, rural towns, and underbanked countries, offering access, inclusion, and instant value transfer. XLM isn't here to dominate headlines. It's here to bridge the gap between the financial system and the forgotten. The Stellar Development Foundation didn't design XLM for speculation. They designed it for mission-driven money. Let's break it down. The pros: Exhibit A, strengths. Fast and low cost. Like XRP, XLM is optimized for speed and cost. Transactions settle in seconds and cost a fraction of a cent, making it perfect for micropayments and remittances. Built for inclusion. From day one, Stellar focused on banking the unbanked. It's been used in developing economies, refugee support, and cross-border aid distribution. Major partnerships. Stellar isn't flashy, but it's made serious moves. It has partnered with MoneyGram, Circle, and UN organizations, helping connect crypto to real-world remittance rails. Simplicity plus function. While other protocols obsess over smart contracts, Stellar stays laser-focused on one thing: moving money across borders quickly and reliably. Decentralized, yet coordinated, Stellar has an open network, but with coordinated development via the SDF. This balance allows for agile decision-making while staying transparent. ISO 20022 ready. Like XRP and HBAR, XLM is ready for the coming messaging standard shift, putting it in line with central banks and global infrastructure. The cons: Exhibit B, weaknesses. Tokenomics confusion. XLM has faced criticism around inflation mechanics, burn events, and unclear supply strategies. The team has addressed many concerns, but shadows linger. Market visibility. Despite real-world impact, XLM often gets overshadowed by its older sibling, XRP. Investors confuse the two or simply overlook Stellar's unique mission. Slow price action. Like HBAR, Stellar has had stretches of price stagnation. It moves slower in speculative cycles, which frustrates retail holders looking for quick returns. Limited developer ecosystem. While great at moving money, XLM doesn't have a thriving smart contract or DeFi ecosystem, limiting its versatility compared to platforms like ETH or SOL. Closing argument. XLM is the bridge the others forgot. While some coins chase institutions and others chase innovation, Stellar chases human outcomes, making sure money moves where it's needed most. It might not be the loudest. It might not have the most TPS or enterprise counsel. But in a world where access equals power, XLM quietly hands people the keys. And here's the twist. If XRP is the bank's coin, and HBAR is the enterprise's coin, XLM is the people's coin. Each is a different pillar, and all three are building the same foundation. So now, Your Honor, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Because the final verdict is not what anyone expects. The verdict, or is it? So here we are. 3 protocols, 3 visions, 3 answers to the same question. Who builds the backbone of tomorrow's financial system? If you look at speed and scale, XRP looks unbeatable. If you want tech that rewires entire industries, HBR takes the crown. If your mission is access, affordability, and inclusion, XLM is already doing the work. You came for a winner, but maybe that's the wrong question. Because here's the twist. They're not fighting for the same throne. They're building different rooms in the same castle. XRP moves the big money. HBAR builds the digital plumbing. XLM connects the global crowd. They don't compete, they complete. And when the new system turns on, they won't need your attention. They'll already be powering it. Court is adjourned, but the market never sleeps. Well, there you have it. XRP stood up in a custom-tailored suit and quoted central banks. HBAR rewrote the court's backend with quantum code mid-trial. And XLM? XLM already wired the jury's lunch money home for 0.0001 cents and zero fuss. You came here expecting a crypto cage match. But what you got was something deeper. Playbook. Not just for investing, but for understanding how the entire system is being rebuilt piece by piece. And now, the gavel's down, the trial's over, and you're officially informed. So what's next? Well, you could go back to scrolling memes, or you could subscribe, hit that notification bell, and become the first person in your group chat who actually understands what ISO 20022 means. Because the new financial system isn't coming. It's already been sworn in. And this courtroom? It's just getting warmed up. Catch you in the next case. Court dismissed.